It's dramatic and good all young women.
That is good. That is good. Good choice.
Yes. Grumblejack will, as elegantly as he can muster, present the snack.
How?
Well, I suppose he's not very elegant, but he will kind of dump them from the sack and then arrange them and kind of gesture to them and say, "Great sire, we have brought you a snack to perhaps ease your thoughts."
Zacharias kneels deeply. A great Chargamon, chiefest and most terrible of all the disasters. An unholy blight you are indeed, not only on the kingdom but on the entire world. We humbly offer these pathetic morsels to still your anger and give us the ultimate boon of your time. And he sort of bows before him, hands up, so showing complete submission.
A long tail slithers out of the pool around the sack as it then slowly drags it to the edge. Screams beginning to appear as he sort of pulls it through the acid. Then plays with his tongue around it as he then swallows the whole thing.
Zacharias, continue. If I may, great Chargamon, the kingdom is growing bold, as Lord Telemundus noticed. The House of Darius is marching into war, and they are doing so against the forces arrayed against them. We are fighting against the Darians, great and terrible disaster. And he bows before Chargamon. The king is fearsome on the battlefield, but he has a weakness. Great dragon, his daughter, the princess, rests now alone and unguarded in the Adarium. She is quite the beauty, I have heard, and perhaps even a virgin. And sort of bows.
Red all-seeing eyes seem to pierce him. If I slay the princess, the king will surely seek vengeance against me. Why would I stick my head in such a hornet's nest?
Zacharias bows again. We plan to kill the king. Great and terrible Chargamon. He will not escape us. And even if we pathetic mortals fail, the king has no chance against you, most terrible of disasters. Which mortal could dare stand before you?
His nostrils flare slightly as poison gas escapes from them.
I actually took the damage. Oops.
This sounds like a trick. You dare lure me from my lair with promises, and then gather an army to defeat me. Rahal is moving through the acid. Tell me why I should not destroy you now and be done with it.
Zacharias keeps bowing. We are nothing to you, great and terrible Chargamon. We could not hope to defeat you in 1,000 years. No, we would not be so foolish as to try to challenge your might. Only the boldness and foolishness of the king and his family do thus that. We are your humble servants.
Sort of looks to Telemundus. You let this one speak for you.
Telemundus will have big eyes for a moment there, glare at Zacharias and say, I could not stop him, but what he says is true. If you attack the daughter, the princess, the king will surely try to save her, and once he leaves his currently fortified position, I shall intercept him and take him out. That will make the kingdom collapse. Everyone in the entire world will again know of your might. And the current kingdom of Talingard will fall, which is what we are trying to accomplish.
Sort of turns and looks upon you. You make a good case for yourselves. However, you must be fools if you think you can make me attack the Adarium for nothing. I have seen the fortress, and although I wish to stomp it below my claws, I know that you came here as the only option. She looks upon you, sort of his tongue slithering. What do you propose in return?
Anything you wish, sire.
At this point, his eyes sort of narrow at Telemundus. You are smaller than I remember.
Yes, my current situation is complicated, to say the least. If you want me to explain everything, I
know
shall.
what happened. I am no fool. He looks at Telemundus, most likely about to kill all of you. As he takes it in him. The taste of young woman still on his tongue. Says, I remember, and I do not forget. Those who hurt the brute will feel pain. There is something you can do in return. Sort of slithers. You see. Yeah. Moves about, his claw now finding Derathon's throat, sort of, Derathon sort of pathetically bowing as Chargamon slowly begins scraping in his scaleless patch. No, I shall slay this princess, and I shall do it for my own power. They try to mock us. He says, but first, before such a deed can be done, you must prove that you have changed. If not, then what is there for me to disprove? Then they are right not to fear you. You have this one chance, Telemundus. This one chance to prove your worth.
Telemundus will bow and look grateful for the opportunity.
To do so, you have to do but an errand of mine.
I will do anything you require of me, sire.
You will. You see, as you know, I have an enemy. Someone who has eluded me. A rival that I seek to be destroyed. South of here, almost 250 miles, where the Ansgarian Mountains and the Keabria ends, is an island of the pathetic reprobate, the dragon Erymanthus. Next to Telemundus.
Telemundus definitely frowns at that name. Yes, sire. I know that name.
He and his pathetic copper scales have mocked my efforts. He thinks himself superior to me because he is beloved by so many. He believes that he's a worthy rival. He sort of growls, clearly worked up at this. He's a bloated, decadent fool. He sits on his islands and laughs at me, while he copulates with his 3 nun-dragon concubine whores. You come groveling to me for aid. First, you will aid yourself. I want him broken. I want his body decapitated. I want him purged from this world. I want every one of his books burned, every one of his statues shattered. Slaughter every consort and lay waste to his entire island. I want it made into a desolation. I want every passing ship to marvel at its ruin and know that Chargamon was the one to do it. Do this for me. And then I shall eat your princess.
Oh yes, sire, marvelous idea. I
Now
shall.
go. And if Eramenthus still lives when you return, do so only when you wish to die.
I shall kill him, and I shall make it slow.
Rounds as his tail grabs Yarathon and pulls him under. Yep.
Oh, poor Yarathon.
His eyes staring at you.
I'm
I-
kinda
I-
kicking.
I then request my leave, sire, so that I may arrange the death of him and the destruction of everything he ever touched.
He dives below into the sizzling acid, the acid seeming to cook as he does so, beginning to slowly boil over.
Alright, it's out. We leave. We fucking
We leave.
leave. Touch Zacharias. We're out. We're out.
We all touch you.
Yep. Zacharias teleports us away from here.
Also simultaneously, Azurius trying to remove.
Oh, gosh darn it. We teleported back to the mine shaft.
Mineshaft? Why?
I don't know. It's panic. I don't know where I want to go. Well, we need to
Sure,
go to.
Let's go to our panic mineshaft.
Yep.
Oh,
Poof.
mineshaft, I love
Can,
you.
can we fit it out and put some tables in there, put Soviet and make it our panic house?
Oh,
Maybe that's my sanctuary when I get.
Let's get a squeaky tie too.
as we appear in the mine shaft, Zacharias will stagger to one of the walls and basically just with his back to the wall just sink down, basically sitting down in the cold and dank mine shaft and just breathe like a trembling breath, just slowly sort of rubbing his face with one hand.
Well, you certainly see Talamandus' expression go from completely terrified and shaken slowly over to rather happy until it reaches the point where he is basically completely out of his mind and ecstatic. Oh, I'm going to kill that bastard finally, and it will be official errand too. Ah, this is great. This is
I take it, Telemandus, that you know this Arimathras.
Oh, I know him quite well. Our last meeting was cut short, unfortunately. But stops and frowns. Yes, I know his name. That is all you need to know, and I want him dead. Rather badly, actually.
Zacharias looks at Telemandus. Oh, so it was him who killed you, was it?
His frown deepens even more.
Zacharias nods
He just
slowly.
glares at Zacharias. Not really saying anything anymore. And not looking so happy anymore either.
Have you seen his island?
Manikai?
Oh no.
No. No, I do not know his island.
How old is this Arimathras? Sort of massaging his forehead.
I'm not sure.
I
He
take
did manage to kill me, so he is rather powerful. I underestimated him at the time.
I see. And then sort of he takes a deep breath and sort of draws himself up. Well. And then sort of stops for a second. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. That can be very well it. Remember what I said of the Codex of Badamus the Stargazer.
I was thinking, is it possible that he is one of the two mentioned?
Yes, the smiling copper hammer. No doubt that must refer to this copper dragon.
There wouldn't be a way to interrogate a dragon, would there?
No, but we are raiding his island, fool. We're gonna rip through that and take all of his secrets.
Well, as much as we can, at least.
Oh, we will bleed it dry. Zacharias smiles viciously.
Why would
you
we
can-
bleed him dry?
You can tell Azurius is still scared so much so that he's probably like in wind form right now in the ceiling.
Zacharias takes another trembling breath. That went better than I thought it would.
Cash will take out a cigar and ask Azurius to light it.
His cloud form clicks its fingers and it lights.
She'll look at the group if they want one. Anyone want one?
No.
Azurius is in panic mode.
I think Zacharias has a pipe.
Oh yes, Telemandus wants one.
Why? She'll hand Salamanders one. And the scrum.
No, that would be silly.
Why
Giant
not?
dragon with a cigar, which is like a top hat as well.
Cigar dragon.
Does Grumpjack want one?
No.
It'd be kind of awkward for him. It's like so tiny.
Does Zacharias know anything of Ermathras or his island? Is it known?
Could he do basically a knowledge planes?
Sure.
After a couple of minutes, let's have Kyrie back.
Zacharias has heard the name before, or at least someone with it. Apparently, someone who has written a lot of books on planar traveling. And sort of, a tourist guide to the brass city.
Oh. Oh dear.
15 helpful chips for a tour on the plane.
Bloody copper dragon. Well, he is a planar traveller. I know that much. He might not even be home. Maybe we can lay waste to the island and not even... without him even noticing.
Does Kyron want a cigar? They're really good cigars, by the way.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, mineshaft.
Cash will give Kyron a cigar.
Zacharias looks around and says, "Then I suggest that we rest and gather our strengths. For tomorrow we shall be travelling to this island and start, infiltrating it.
At least we have a basic idea where it is.
Ermathras is a copper dragon, and planar traveller to boot. It might not be too uncommon for visitors on his island," he sort of frowns. "If we are lucky, we might not get completely unopposed."
If I may, Zacharias, what elements would the copper dragon control?
Zacharias frowns. What does Zacharias knows about copper dragons?
I believe that is an arcana.
I can do that.
See if Kyron knows copper dragons.
36.
Kind of does.
36, you say. What's Cameron get?
25.
All right.
No one beats Zacharias' Arcana check.
Well,
That was a 3, by the way, I rolled.
we both know that copper dragons do acid.
Alright.
Then my second question, what kind of dragon would they be? Are they similar to Chargamon but being underwater dragons?
They are underwater dragons.
Disappointing.
Well, hopefully if he's on an island, he won't be underwater, hopefully.
Well, they're the opposite to the black.
He did say, Chargamon did say that he has human concubines, so he probably has a house of some sort.
He said sub-creatures, not humans.
No, sub-creatures.
That can mean anything. It can be like, my fire giant.
Fire giant concubines. What?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Bloody
It
copper dragon.
could literally be drakes even.
It can be a damn chicken.
3 chicken concubines.
Yeah. Because copper dragons.
Woolly mammoth?
Could be. I don't know. Yeah. Well, we're going to infiltrate the stronghold of this quite famous copper dragon then. He looks too serious. You do still know how to hide our alignments, so to speak. He smiles.
I can do so. Though I will note my wind traveling would take the full 24 hours to recharge.
That is fine. We are resting anyway. Looks around. I suggest we fly to the island land. We have our evil intents hidden with spells, and we're trying to infiltrate the island as much as possible. He looks to Grumble like, you need to disguise yourself.
Not the easiest thing for him to do, though I can surely help with some of his fabrications.
So do I have any spell to help out with that?
I have 1,000,000 points in disguise and a makeup kit, so I'm part of it.
We just need him not to look demonic, basically.
Would you count that as minor details?
Oh no, he
I
looks.
think Grumblejack is a major detail.
Like hiding the whole, like hiding demonic features specifically, but
What do you want to hide them with? Like powder his horns? Or put on a wig?
Top hat.
The problem is
Over
any spell I have is self only, so...
it's not the easy thing. I mean, we can have him invisible, I guess, but
You all have hats of disguise.
That's true, we do. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Zagreus
want to
will-
give him one of our hats. for
Yeah,
disguise.
Zagreus will fling over one of the headbands to him and basically tell him to disguise himself as a... I don't know, what's a big thing that's friendly?
You know,
Genie or something?
Is it like a good version of ogres? Like
even
like a happy
even him-
Oni?
him being a non-demonic ogre would be a good start. Because
I
it'd be
don't know.
slightly more manageable then.
Yeah, basically, we need him. Well, there's probably a good outsider or something you can maybe look at.
Disguising yourself as an outsider will have a few penalties to it, but
He can make himself look basically remove the demonic features and look more
Normal ogre.
radiant or something. Maybe he can have like a golden beard or something that's like
celestial template.
yeah, giving a celestial template instead of a demonic template.
A little embarrassed to have a golden beard.
You will have a golden beard.
Although if his hair was blonde, he would be the most, envied ogre in the world.
It's true. It's true.
And Zurus will also disguise himself in the morning, before we depart, as far more human-looking again, with his like plus 30-something disguise.
Yeah, Chiron is probably going to get the head of disguise as well, because it probably wouldn't do to arrive there with like giant red dragon wings and his general draconic appearance.
You can make it look copper or something. It's like, oh, friend, come in.
That would lead to awkward situations.
Well, we need you to look friendly, right?
Yeah, friendly, but he could like look human friendly.
What happens to your wings then?
Well, he would use magical flight.
I think it's easier to just have, it's copper wings, done. I mean, what would he like be?
Being a sorcerer is not unbelievable.
No.
What if he asks me for a joke? And then I'm screwed, because Chiron doesn't know any jokes.
Well, you're a dragon disciple. You must sit down on this path. You haven't learned, and you come to him seeking his great jokiness.
Neither I nor Chiron think that's a good idea.
That's an excellent idea. What are you talking about?
I don't know. You could disguise yourself as a dragon disciple. Chiron will teach you the way.
I don't need to disguise myself. Zagreus looks perfectly normal.
Okay, sure.
I don't know if I agree with that, but we'll go with it.
He's the most normal-looking person in the party.
Anyway, let's go from my massive list of pictures and find one I like to use for this. Okay.
Well, yeah, I think undetectable alignment's probably a good idea. Maybe he has like a detect evil on the whole damn island.
Undetectable alignment is not a problem. That is child's play.
And I suggest we try to infiltrate the island and take it very damn slow, because we don't really know what we're going into, and no one of us knows anything of the island.
Consider Chiron disguised. I can't find my token I normally use.
I can't put my normal one either.
trying to make one for Grumblejack right now.
I'm trying to remember where I had my massive like pile of like character pictures, but I've forgotten.
But with that, I suppose we rest and head out in the morning.
Yeah, Azirus can't do anything until the morning. He burnt more spell slots that day than he normally does.
So did Kyron, actually.
Yes, but you weren't casting buffs on everyone in the party.
He was casting buffs on himself all the time.
So each of your characters this night, what sort of thoughts do you have contemplating the day?
The day that happened?
Yeah.
Well, Kyron certainly expected this whole meeting Chargamon to end up very differently. With that being that he was rather expecting that something horrible will happen to at least one of them. But it didn't, so that's good. And the other part of him is just completely out of his mind ecstatic. Well, for parts at least. He is certainly contemplating what Chargamon said about him being a failure, and he is intending to change that. As he always has. So yeah, all in all, a rather positive and exciting day.
Grumblejack is supremely terrified of Chargamon, but he figures that since nobody important died, it was all in all a good effort. And I mean, we set out to accomplish a thing, and then we achieved that thing. So yeah,
Wanted to achieve a thing and
pleasantly
we did.
surprised that no one died.
Yeah, the fact that Chargamon just casually murdered one of his brood because he didn't think that he would be. He was basically because he was disappointed. That's probably giving some people.
So he
the
did
most
kill Jerathon.
scare.
My internet
Yeah,
was dead at
I'm
that
pretty
point.
sure
I
he
missed
did.
it completely.
If nothing else, at least like try drowning him in acid.
Anything he tries, he probably succeeds at.
Yeah.
I don't think Jerathon is going to.
I can say Azirus
survive that.
after returning, basically a section part of the cave off, which is just turned into a burning mess. Azirus is very, very panicked at this. He's happy he didn't die because he's had enough trips to hell recently. Yeah, happy he didn't die, and is basically he's going to spend the entire time basically just locked behind a perpetual wall of fire, and possibly meditating to the great powers of hell itself.
Well, Cash will, when the first day come back, smoke a cigar. Get her breathing to become normal again. After she's done resting, those 3 hours, she will go outside and look at the sky laying on the ground and smoke another cigar. Just get her thoughts together, being very happy that she didn't have to die, because she really don't want to die anymore. And scared, but she will get herself together by smoking. Yeah, and breathing and just trying to relax outside by looking up at the sky. I have only 5 cigars left.
Zacharias will be deep in thought, considering many things that happened and many things that will happen. He has a slight smile on his lips, thinking of all the knowledge and power and secrets that he will plunder from the Copper Dragon's Island, which is no doubt to be a lot. And if they can find any trace of the unnameable creature they seek, that will be all the better. That is what he is currently thinking of.
The Copper Dragon's name sounds remarkably similar to Aramathra, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's where's the name?
Aramathras? Aramathron? What was it?
Era Memphis, I believe.
Eramemphis.
Oh. So
Or
I totally
something along
misheard
those
that.
lines. It's not Aramafra. That's
Yeah,
not right.
when Jonas was saying it, I was like, that sounds a lot like Aramathra. Maybe we should keep an eye out for that.
I don't actually know the exact spelling.
Aramanthras? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Aramanthus. Aramanthus. Well, I suppose we sleep and rest in the mineshaft.
It seems our encounter with Chargamon has caused my computer just lock up. My
Lock up
computer was
and
scared.
fear.
Right, well, everyone heal up, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my computer to unlock itself up.
Let's do a rest. Rest.
Talking to you, Jake.
But aren't we on the Davern map? My token there is fully healed.
We
No.
are on the mineshaft.
No, because apparently
Mineshaft?
Yeah, it's on the Throne of Chargamon map still.
I
Malachi
don't see it. Ah, there we are. I didn't see it at all.
Malachi keeps porting us back here, so it's clearly where we're supposed to be.
And rest, and let's go to the Copper Dragon Isle. Hooray!
Can't be as bad as Chargamon, can it?
No. He's a pussy.
You know, if Chargamon named him his rival,
No, he said he is not. The Copper
He's not
Dragon
worthy
is
to
not
be his rival.
worthy of being his rival.
Of
The
course,
Copper Dragon
sure.
said he was his rival,
Yeah,
and
but even
Chargamon got angry
if
at
you-
him saying that.
if you're powerful enough to go up to Chargamon and say, "I am your rival,"
I don't
then
think he has done that. I just he goes
I
around
think he
with
declared it out loud, and then Chargamon's heard this.
I don't think this Copper Dragon is a weakling.
No, he's
Well,
not
yeah,
weak.
he's
certainly
not a
killed
No,
weakling,
but-
but I don't
but-
think he's like Chargamon level of oh shit.
his. No, next to Chargamon, he's a pussy. That's what I'm saying.
I hope so. Otherwise, we're kind of screwed here.
It sounds
Yes.
like
Well, next to Chargamon, anything is.
If only Marcus were here,
If only Marcus were
then
here.
it wouldn't be a problem.
But
at
we're
all.
here to get him back, right? And there might be a clue here, and then we can go and get him back, and then fight the damn dragon.